an evening with Silk Sonic. And I did indeed have an evening with Silk Sonic last night. Although it was probably at like 11 o'clock at night, it was still the evening. It was technically not the morning yet. And Silk Sonic, heading into this album, released 3 singles: Leave the Door Open, Skate, and Smoking Out the Window. And they said that they weren't even going to release this album this year. They said they were going to wait till next year because it was a summer album. And then they said, screw it, we're going to drop it. I mean, everybody else dropped their album, so we're just going to drop our album, you know. So Leave the Door Open came out in January of this year, and I loved it. It's one of my favorite songs of the year. I had it on repeat throughout the year. It's been beautiful. Then Skate came out, and I just love that song too. And then Smoking Out the Window, I mean, you gotta love when Anderson .Paak is just like, that bitch got me paying for rent. It's so cool how they just pull it off, and the vocals on it. This whole album was very very pleasable, and I did like what they pulled off here. The intro was a really cool part. It was definitely an intro. It gave you that groove and that funk, and it really dove you into what you were gonna see coming up in this album. And then it transitions into Leave the Door Open, and that's such a good kind of first song into the album, because you already know it and you're excited for all this new stuff that's gonna be happening throughout the album. And I mean, it's just a banger song too, you know. When he says, girl, you're hungry, I got the fillets. I mean, come on, how can you not deny that, man? Then we get Fly As Me, which we get Anderson .Paak with his rapping, and it really gives me some kind of Outkast vibes, some Andre 3000 vibes on this track. It is so cool. I love the funk bass that they pull off on it. Both their vocals and Anderson .Paak's rapping skills are beautiful. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was really cool. And then we get After Last Night with Thundercat, and his bass on that is so cool. And just the samples that they put in with the girl talking, and it's very pleasable. It's very bassy and bass funk, like that jazz funk 70s vibe. It was really cool, and I'm glad they got Thundercat on this, because he definitely seems like a good feature for an album like this. Then we get Smoking Out the Window, which was another banger. Like I said earlier, I love that song. It is so cool. I love Bruno's vocals on the chorus as well. Then we get Put On a Smile, which really reminded me of just a Bruno Mars song. I could see this being on 24 Karat Magic, just how it fit. But then you throw on Anderson .Paak's drums and kind of that funk bass that they did on this album, and it totally screws it up, and it's not a Bruno Mars song anymore. It's a Silk Sonic song, which I love about it, is they got vibes from Anderson .Paak albums, they got vibes from Bruno Mars, and tweak it up a bit to make it totally different, you know what I'm saying? I liked a lot of Bruno Mars's writing off this album too. I thought it was very natural. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but also didn't kill the album. But I felt like the natural writing kind of fit this album. Then we get 777 with that one and Leave the Door Open are probably my 2 favorites off this album. Bruno pulls off this super cool guitar riff on it, and then they're talking about buying Los Angeles. Anderson .Paak gives a little riggedy rap on it. It's such a good song. I love it so much, and the jazz drum thing that they do on it, it's so fun. It's very short, but it's very sweet. Then we get Skate, which is always a banger song. I mean, just the way on the chorus when they kind of go skate, tell me, baby, skate. Just the backing vocals, and that's a lot of this on these songs, is the backing vocals are so cool when they put it together. And then Blast Off ends the album with this very spacey vibe. I thought it was really cool. I mean, I thought the spacey vibe with the jazz thing that they were going for was really cool, and I thought it was a great outro to an album like this. And I very personally enjoyed this album. An Evening with Silk Sonic was not a disappointment. It was exactly what I was expecting, a banger, beautiful album. And I mean, there's been so many great albums this year. This could probably be up there for Album of the Year, but we do have to let it sink in for a little bit. I mean, it just came out, so I can't say anything, but it is definitely a contender for Album of the Year. And holy crap, this is just a banger album, all killer, no filler, 9 songs, 30 minutes of just pure 70s jazz pop. It's so good. I love it. And this was the collab I never thought I needed. I'm going to have to give An Evening Out with Silk Sonic a 10 out of 10 for now. This is a beautiful record. I see nothing wrong with it. It's definitely a repeatable album. Thanks for watching.